Hello everyone. So today we're going to work on making a cardboard book cover. We are going to use some of our old book pages to create a topper. Now you can use old book pages for this part, but I'm going to probably use cardstock just because I think that will look nicer. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Sorry, trying to reach over and grab supplies. This idea did come from Cori Dahmen's Idea Book. It is what she was calling it. I'm not sure what to call it, but let's make sure you stay in frame here. My thing's wiggling. But what I did was cut out my pieces to the size that I wanted them to be at, which is, it's 9 by 6. I chose 9 by 6. You don't have to choose 9 by 6. That was my personal choice on this matter. Again, I'm thinking about this, and my book pages are not big enough to create over top of these, and so she did choose smaller, and she did use cardstock for the background paper. I, again, am choosing cardstock as a background paper here. Again, it's kind of to each your own on this. I just thought, oh, I kind of like this idea for a book cover and idea book, to put some of these things into an idea book. Just a book full of ideas of book pages. So I thought this would be a great way of putting it all together. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm flipping it this way so it's easier. I'm also using my art glitter glue instead of glue stick or school glue. I just thought art glitter glue would work the easiest for me. Again, this is another one of them situations. You do you. My children may end up yelling or doing other things because they're rather mad at me at the moment. They have been choosing to play instead of clean underneath their bed today, because I told them they need to clean underneath the bed. There were stuffed animals and garbage and all kinds of stuff in it. I don't really want to clean it up myself. And they have to take some responsibility for what they create. So this is a whole A4 sheet that I'm using. But again, that's because my cover is pretty big. It may not be exact, but that's okay. And all I'm doing is cutting the corners off it to create that built-in look that I have in here. I did not cover this part yet, but that was because I wanted to wait until for the tutorial part. So I'm just gluing this part, and I fold it up gently. I just rub my fingers against here and slowly make my way down. This is how I do it. You don't have to do it the exact same. I know some people do it this way. I always end up doing it wrong when I do that, so I try not to do it that way. And again, you can take whatever cardboard you have from whatever you eat. My kids like Lucky Charms, so add Lucky Charms. Box sitting around. I figured, oh, this would be perfect. I could make two. One for myself and one for the journal. So, or for the giveaway. And I still haven't heard from Cheryl. She has not emailed me yet, so I may be doing more than one give for the giveaway. Might be doing this for US and then the other part, because again, she has not responded. I might just do it again. I'm just giving her a few more extra days. See if she responds, emails me like I asked. And go from there. And also, this really works too if you need a writing board. This idea works perfectly for that too. Just letting you know. I was thinking about that as I was doing this. I'm like, this would be perfect for a writing board. And in case you don't know what a writing board is, it is when you are writing in a journal. Sometimes it is rough to be able to figure out what to do, like a place to write underneath. Cool. I am doing a video. Can we please stop yelling?
I just did the under a bed.
So this one, same process. You know what? I am going to shorten some of these sides just because it's way... I made this really off. And it don't matter if it's perfect. So I'm not trying to be perfect with my cutting. And again, if you want to watch the original artist to who had made these, it is Cori Dahmen. But again, writing boards are when you're using like a paper journal, like the covers that we did, I want to say yesterday or the day before. the paper journals make it way easier to or have space, but at the same time, if you don't have something like a writing board for underneath the pages, sometimes it gets a little wonky writing. I just started writing in one of my first junk journals that I had made that not very many people seem interested in, but I've always liked it, and I'm like, you know what, I loved making this one so much and everything. It'd make my life easier if I just use my own. Last year I used one that I did a trade with someone, and that was actually, I want to say, it was only like my second journal that I had ever made when I did that trade. Cool. So far we got these two. It's done.
Yeah, that was done.
Cool. Go ahead and get your tablet.
Yeah. You got something.
Bella, you can do the fine tuning if you want. But you can get your laptop now if you'd like.
I want to do the vacuum.
I'll be vacuuming soon.
Yeah.
I have a shop vac. I figured this out. Using a shop vac with my kids is way easier than using a regular vacuum cleaner. Alright, and again, this is just the same process, and this is for our piece. But these I'm just going to bend. I have figured out this much. These are key to helping you glue in your pieces. I didn't think about that when I was doing this, but I think this paper would give it just a little added strength when putting it on. So why not? Because again, this is just our spine. Alright. So when we go to put our cover on, and this on, it would make it way easier if we had our pieces glued on like this, and then again, just ideas. I'm experimenting myself on figuring out how exactly I want to do this, but I'm gonna try it this way because I think this might just give me that added strength for in there. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't like Ooh, just popped right off. Okay, let's try this again. That's why it's popping off. Okay. There we go, that, and then what I like to do, just again to give it extra strength here, I know my Fabri-Tac does not, like I repeat, does not like this packing tape, but the packing tape does keep things more leveled off where I want it than anything else. So and this is the first of several layers for this, so I'm not too worried about it. I just want to keep that packing tape at a minimal here. Alright, so we got that first area pretty much completed here. Alright, now I'm going to glue this one. And I may have to refill my art glitter glue again soon. I've been using it a lot lately. And I'm going to try doing it this way. So, tried to do this on screen is a little difficult, I'll admit. I just find the tape gives it that extra strength again. Some people do use tie-back envelopes and stuff like that. No. Rosie, can you turn down your volume, please? I give her what she wants, but then she's really loud. Now, the reason why I'm kind of leaving this open is because after I put the signatures in here, that's when I'm going to stick something like this over the corners. So I kind of don't want to mess with the signature. And if you are only making so many pieces, it might actually be easier if you make your cardboard cover and you do like a signature that it is for inside, or basically you make another cardboard piece like this and you put your signature into that cardboard piece and then you stick it inside the piece and glue it on over top. So it's a hidden signature is what I was thinking. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to just leave or put my signatures into this. So that's why I'm kind of just leaving this be for right now. But now we can get to how to make the topper. Now this is how I'm doing it. You do not have to do it the exact same way I'm doing it. And when I go to get rid of some of this stuff, I just cut it across. Because then it makes it much easier to get a cleaner rip. So now that I'm doing that, I'm just going to glue a few of these together. So one, and I find it's easier to do it this way. You don't have to do it this way, but this is what I found easiest for me. Two, or yeah, that's the second one that I glued together. Okay. You know where? Yes, but I'm still doing a video, honey. Can you wait until I'm done, please? Okay. There we go. It's all glued together. Now I'm going to cut this down to the size I want it for the journal. And don't worry about any of the stuff that it says currently and all that jazz. That will change because you're going to be covering it. It's a good way, again, to use up what you have. Alright, so we want an 8 by 5. I just take away an inch off of it. I just forgot my measurements from the top of my head, kind of a thing. Alright, let's use this. So we're going to cut off 5. And this side needs to be at 8. So we've got the start of our topper here. Now I am just grabbing scraps from our past book pages that we've done here. I have tons of different scraps from book pages. I figure this is a great way to just use up some of these scraps. Because again, not everyone wants to keep every little tiny scrap. So, but again, this is just a great way to use up what you have. I'm just lining this up at the edge here. Do that, and I like bending it over because then it's going to make it look all like it's one piece and not several pieces. Alright, let's grab our scissors again, which is underneath the pile here. Alright, when you come up with something like that, you just cut off the edge there. And again, the whole point of this is to use up the mold book pages. To use up your pages. Not to keep them and never use them. Yeah, some of these are children's book pages. Some of them are adult book pages. Honestly, again, I'm not really paying too much attention to that. I'm just using up the scrap pieces from other projects. That's why I was keeping some of the scrap pieces from other projects. Was so then they could be used for this project. And the last project too, I could have easily used these for, or with. I'm just working my way around. I just have a little strip of color there. Again, my goal is just to use what I have. I'm not trying to make any big moves with this. I'm just trying to use what I have sitting here. And you could do several different toppers for your journals with random book pages. Don't get me wrong, you could. Easily. You don't have to do what I'm doing either. Right? Again, you do you. I totally love that phrase. The first time I heard it, it was listening to a Tim Holtz demo. And I loved it. I think that was probably the best advice I heard online at the time. Or on YouTube, I should say. Alright. Now I'm going to take this piece. Now, I'm just trying to figure out if this is the piece I want to use or I just want to use something else, I think. Ooh, this one. I just think this one makes a lot of sense with the florals and everything. And I'm not sure where I got this from. I think it was one of the TLC printables. Go take that back to your room, please. And this was, I used one of my food color dyed papers actually when I went to print it off. So there we go. Cute little book topper for this journal. And I'll probably finish the journal off screen, not on screen. Just because, again, I'm not sure how I'm doing this yet. But what I recommend if you're going to do a like this one, I know I'm for sure not going to be using a hidden spine. So I purposely planned it out that way. That's where I just used a tiny piece of paper for this. Also, to create maybe a hidden spine with this, I was thinking, because I have enough cardstock here, I have enough cardstock where I can stick it in between here and have it sit over top. So all I really need to do is cut this off at 9 inches. So let's just quickly remove this and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because this is actually kind of what my original plan was, is to take it at 9 inches. Make sure this is very, very straight, which it does not look like it's humongously straight. So there we go. A little straighter anyways. I can check how big my spine is. That's probably what I should do. Okay, so 2 inches. So I need to score, which I really love this idea. I can score at the same time as cutting if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to line this up with the 1 inch mark so I'm aware of how far it is. Okay, so it's 5 inches. So if we take off 1 inch off each side, that'd make 3 inches, which we do not want. I'm really bad at scoring, can you tell? So we don't want it cut off or bent at 3 inches. We want it bent with 2 inches in between. So I'm going to take my thing here and figure out, okay, so to get 2 inches, we have to make a score line at this 2 mark, which I think is centimeters. So at the 2 mark and at the 7. So that's what I'm going to do. 2 7, and we'll see how it works on our piece here. Because this then should, no, it had been more than 2 inches. Lovely. Or you can do what I'm doing currently and just bend it there. That gives me more of a line to go off of than the other one. Okay, so we fix that line. which does fix this line. So just giving it that little inch or so did fix that. Which now means what you'll do, if you're better at scoring than I am, you'll just glue this over top. And that will create a hidden spine too. So, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night. I have to get working on what the kids need and everything and want and are whining about. And I love them dearly. Just a Sunday where we're cleaning a lot. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye.